There's a scene in ancient history where Alexander the Great had conquered Persia and India and was looking to move into Afghanistan and begin his conquest against the new people. His army, exhausted from battle, could not believe it. They had just spent 10 years conquering everything in sight. They had become a bigger empire than anything that had existed before. And now, after mastering warfare against the Greeks, the Persians, and the Indians, they had to go into Afghanistan and fight on a new type of terrain against a new type of enemy? Why? Alexander had given them a vision at the start of his reign. Macedonia was going to take over the Persian Empire. He had led an army to accomplish this exact vision. Why was this not good enough? But we need to keep in mind that the idea of conquering Persia was also a crazy idea before it was done. The mind that was bold enough to even want to conquer Asia, that mind was never capable of being satisfied. The interesting thing about it for me is how these same attributes of the person who wanted to conquer all of Asia and did it against all odds can't just be turned off. It was seen as an asset and led to the impossible being done, but then eventually it became a liability. Alexander the Great could never be satisfied, and his troops knew it. He would go and go and go until he was dead. Because of this, there's conspiracies that he was poisoned. His army and generals recognized that there was no enough switch for him. It's an interesting thing though, recognizing that lack of balance, that the assets that made him Alexander the Great, with this impossible ambition, are the same attributes that became a liability after a certain point. Now I'm not sure the lesson here, but it could be this: to be very unbalanced, ambitious, and unrealistic in our vision, and attack it as if it's possible. But then also to take a step back every once in a while and read the room. We could also look at our assets and attributes and the things that get us places, but then also recognize that taken to a certain extreme, they transform into liabilities.